Alright, so now I'm in the process of actually attaching all the components I need to get the sound system to work properly. I hot glued in, but I have yet to reinforce all the buttons. I have hot glued the actual main board that runs the whole sound, the basically Bluetooth board. I'm also going to mount this. This is a little battery indicator, charge indicator, whatever you call it. And of course, I have an extra wire for the rest of all the other little components I got to attach. So what I ended up doing was putting the little controls right here. So this is pause, play, volume down / previous, volume up, and next. So if I press play, you more or less get the general idea. Fucking YouTube, I wasn't done watching that video. It's right here, for God's sakes, you piece of junk. So let's see, what do I gotta do next? Well, I gotta reinforce all this whole area here. I gotta basically also reinforce this area. That way, so when I actually plug something in or turn it on, this board doesn't go like this and just warp the paper. Same thing with the paper here, because as you saw when I was actually pressing on the buttons, I was actually putting enough force in there to actually bend the paper and whatnot. So if I don't reinforce all these buttons over time, the buttons will actually come loose because the actual stuff the boards are made out of is the silicone, silicon, or I forget how to properly pronounce it. It really, hot glue really doesn't hold proper to it. So I really got to make sure I reinforce this whole section here, reinforce this whole little section here. So generally speaking, it is somewhat of a wiring nightmare, but it's mainly due to the fact I'm using some fairly thick gauge wire. Now, of course, this battery here is an 800 milliamp hour battery, but I'm not going to use it because this is China lithium to the max. This right here is the battery I am actually going to use, but my Android phone keeps refusing to autofocus. Now, of course, this is also a Chinese battery, but it also has a higher wattage. So all I gotta do is just snip it off this motherboard here, and I'll just place it into this thing here, and I don't know how long it'll last on charge, but it'll last a lot more longer than what the original battery thing came with. So I'll come back when I see fit. Well, it took a little more longer than I thought it would, but overall it's now complete, at least with the with all the mounting of everything. Basically, as you can tell, everything's just rigged beyond rigged, but it seems to work. The Bluetooth control board's in there. I got all the buttons set up, the batteries in there, the lights, the little power indicating lights in there, and everything. And now I can actually press firmly without having to worry about warping the paper or anything like that. So basically now all I gotta do is just build the rest of this thing out. So tonight's plan is to actually put all this together. I think I should be able to actually put this together fairly quickly tonight because I'm not actually building the reinforcements until I actually get the wings properly aligned. So this portion should only take a few hours to build and whatnot. So I'll come back again when I see fit. Most likely when I actually have all these parts built and whatnot. I am very close to this thing being done. I already got the superstructure for the tail fins and whatnot figured out. I got the superstructure for the little winglets figured out. I've got practically all the wires all in their little areas. You can kind of get a general idea of what it looks like on the inside for reinforcement and whatnot. I'm going to also reinforce the top and bottom of these. I just want to make sure that they're the right actual width apart before I actually do that. So I'm going to build a little engine intake thingies that go right here. And then I could actually have this thing done most likely either tomorrow or the next day. But I'm unfortunately catching whatever my father had, so I might need to unfortunately put this thing off for a few days until I get well again. Granted, it doesn't seem to be too bad. I mean, it's some type of summer cold. But if I start like coughing and but if I start hacking coughing and whatnot all over the place, I don't want to be anywhere near this thing because since this thing's made out of paper, if I cough on it, it'll get completely destroyed. Well, I mean, it won't be destroyed by it won't be destroyed. You'll just be able to see all the little watermarks from me coughing all over it, and it won't look that pretty like it does right now. Well, actually, I think they're cooling vents or something, which are these little guys right here, and whatnot. I'm building both of those, and of course, I already had them more or less figured out on here, and then I'm going to also build this section right here. So technically, all I will have to do after I get these little areas, after I get these built, will be just this section right here, which can be done within a day. It's currently 4 a.m., so I'm thinking I'll get all this crap done by 6 a.m. And then I'm most likely going to go to sleep and hope that I actually wake up and still feel halfway decent enough to actually to finish off this thing. But I'm going to have to wait and see. Well, I was off by about 35 minutes or so, but generally speaking, I got done within the general time frame I was wanting to do. I finally got done adding all the last bit of the back shrouding. Now all I gotta do is build the engine firewall and the exhaust nozzle. Put the LEDs inside the exhaust. Wire up the LEDs. Hot glue everything into its place, and this thing will be done. If I don't feel like crap when I wake up, I'm absolutely going to finish this thing off by the end of tomorrow. But if I feel like crap, I'm going to end up putting it off until I start feeling better again, because last thing I'm going to do is work on this thing when I'm sick and coughing all over the place. So for now, I'm going to end the video. I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to upload it, and then hopefully upload another video within the next day or so. But of course, it depends on if I feel sick or not. So if you don't see a video about this thing within the next day or so, it means I don't feel so well.